Hi, I'm Terry. I've lost 175 pounds with keto and carnivore. Thank you for watching. Got everything sitting out for the weekend. Got a bunch of pork steak or beef steaks. Those are just really old. And some pork, what do we call those? Country ribs. And some more beef steak. So it's all sitting out, getting ready for the weekend. Get up to go to the restroom. And there they are, all lined up. Biggin. That's my Princess Lou. I got my lovey-dovey. I got my Callie girl. Callie. Shut up. You leave me alone, lady. And then my sweet prince. Okay. At least they left me a spot. All right, that's what happens when you get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Totally inappropriate, but this is my view when I'm in the bathroom. At least these two, every time. He just wants me to pull his toy so he can take it away and wants me to try to take it again. Ain't that right, Sammy? Oh, no. Oh, no, I took it away. Oh, that's not what you want. Oh, sorry, buddy. Anyway, so this is my view every time I go to the bathroom. No privacy around here. So, we are now going to cook up our steaks. Got the skillet good and hot. Put a couple steaks in. I've got tallow down in the bottom. I'm going to drop them in. See, I've got a bunch of flavoring. We've got some garlic powder. We've got onion powder. We got some salt. We're going to put on some Creole. I know I'm on a Creole kick, ain't I? Some Creole. Some no salt. That's got a little while there. And some Greek seasoning. So we got a good mixture of stuff going on here. Now I'll cover it for 3 minutes. And then I'll come back to you in 3 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to try this Real Good Meat Lovers Breakfast Bowl. I've not had these before. And so this one's microwavable. Just thought we'll try it. It's 7 carbs, 26 protein. 7 net carbs, which means it's going to have a lot more total carbs. Total carbs is 9. Anyway, so we're going to try it and see what we think. Okay, it's been 3 minutes on the steak. We're going to flip them. Maybe. And we're going to season up this side real good. So Greek seasoning. A little bit of no salt. Some Creole seasoning. The same stuff that was on the other side. Onion powder. Garlic powder. And regular salt. And we'll come back and we're going to give this one 2 minutes. 2 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, we are going to pull these out. I put some cling wrap in here to kind of help with the cleanup at the end. I can never get cling wrap to work the right way. What is the trick for cling wrap? It's like it doesn't cling. I don't know a lot about it. I just know I want to use it to save me from a mess, but what's your trick for cling wrap? Anyway, I'm going to get the rest of these steaks done. I have a few more, so I'm going to get them done, and I have a couple of those pork ribs. I'm going to do those last. So, yeah, I'm going to get these done, And then we will have our meat portion of the meal prep cooked. I'll holler when that's done. Yeah, don't look at the hair, it's a weekend. Let's see what we think of this breakfast bowl. Got some heat coming off of there, by George. In a pinch, it's okay, but it's pretty bland. You know, it's funny. I think that the foods that are processed are pretty bland compared to how I eat now. And, you know, so it's good. It would be good in a pinch to take to work or maybe to keep in the freezer at work in case something happens. It doesn't taste bad. It's just very bland. And yeah, it's not something I want to do every day. Yeah, so there you go. It's meh, but it's breakfast, so whatever. Okay, back to what you're watching. So when I was carnivore, I was part of a Facebook group, and there was somebody who worked outside and or didn't have access to a microwave. So every morning what they did was they cooked up a steak and then cut it up into bite-sized pieces. And then they put it in something like this, a thermos that's going to keep it hot. So that's pretty brilliant, you know. If you don't have access to a microwave at lunch, you can cook your steak or burgers or whatever in the morning. Put it in something that keeps your drinks hot for for 8 hours, and put it in here and take it. And then by lunchtime, it may be room temperature, but it's still going to be okay. So yeah, I wanted to share that tip. I don't remember who it was. It was in a Facebook group, Facebook Carnivore group. So that's something you can do. Okay, bye. Now comes time for getting it ready to portion out. I take my steak. You can use a fork if you want. It's just easier for me to put on a glove, and I can manhandle it. And I cut it up into bite-sized pieces. That's definitely medium rare or rare. You can cook it longer if you want. No judgment from me, however you get it. If I go out to eat, I order medium. But like I usually say, this is going to be microwaved whenever I go to eat it. So if I get a little underdone, then by the time I microwave it, it will be just right. I'm just sticking it in this container while I'm cutting it, to house it while I'm cutting up the rest of them. I'll probably use a couple containers, because in the end, I will be using those containers to store it into my freezer. So it's okay to dirty these up, because I'll be using them. It's just I don't know the serving sizes right now, and I need a place to house them. Now, this is what I was saying. That person in the carnivore group, after they were done cooking them, they cut them up. You could do strips, you could do bite sizes, you could do whatever you want, and then put it into that thermos, and then at your mealtime, you could eat it. And I'm sharing that because somebody got a new subscriber, and they're carnivore, and they were saying that they don't have access to a microwave during the day. They work outside. So I just want to show you, you could do that. So anyway, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the rest of these cut up. I've got one more still in the oven, and I think it's actually done now. So I'll finish cutting these up, and I'll show you when I'm all the way done. So I've got these two country pork ribs, and I'm just trying to get them seared, get some color to them. I'm going to do it on both sides. This has been just sitting here uncovered. I set the timer for 3 minutes. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it. Like I said, I'm just going to get a good little nice color on it. I have not seasoned these, so now I'm going to do it again 3 minutes. I'm doing this backwards. I'm getting the color on it, and then I'm going to cover it to heat all the way through the inside. So I'll see you in 3 minutes. So I'm satisfied with how they're looking on the outside. And again, this is pork. I am going to go on and season them a little bit. Finish off this Greek seasoning. A little bit of salt. There is all the stuff from the steak is down in the bottom of this. So it's taking on those extra flavors. So I'm seasoning with the same stuff I did the steaks. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it. Actually, hang on. Sorry, I couldn't find the lid. All right, so I'm going to cover it. Is that even the... Yeah, that's the lid I've been using. It's fine. Okay, so I'm going to cover it. I'm going to let it sit for... 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll let it sit for 5 minutes. Because, you know, it's pork and we want to get it done. So we'll do 5 minutes. So it has been 5 minutes. And I went ahead and flipped them and turned the temperature down. They're only like 112 internal temperature. So I covered them and I turned the temp down and I've got it set for 3 more minutes. So one thing I always try to do is, you know, I weigh out my food and I try to make everything as close as possible to the same. So that way throughout the week, I'm eating the same thing, except for whatever sides I add. And so when I do my steak, I make them 8 ounces. So I'm going to make these all 8 ounces. This is all the cut up steak. And then these will go into my refrigerator and freezer. You can do however it works for you. Okay. I'll finish getting these put together. And hopefully those pork country ribs will get done pretty soon. And I made 7 servings of steak. So that's 7 meals that I'll have throughout the week. Timer just went off. Let's see what the internal temp is on these. That was 156. I go in multiple places. I go in the thicker one because if the thick one's done, 144-ish. Well, it appears like it's done. So, I'm going to pull them out and set them into here to rest. And then I will cut them up in just a little bit. So you can see that one right there. It's a little darker than what I want. So, as my skillet is still on the hot side, I did not let it rest. I ended up just cutting into it so I could see. So while the skillet is not on, I'm going to go ahead and cover them up for a couple more minutes and just use the heat that's in there now. And I'm going to go on and finish cutting up the rest of it. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to pull them out. And I'm going to cut these little pieces up and get them added to the container. And I'll show you what we got. With the stuff that's left inside of my skillet, I'm going to make my chili with the fond that is left in my skillet. So don't worry, all those flavors and all that meat stuff. Hang on, sorry, I can't think and talk at the same time. Yeah, so all that baked on seasoning and flavors and all that stuff, that's all going to go into my chili. So this is 8 ounces of pork. That's what I usually do. So this one is just going to be less. And so what I'll do is I'll mark it. And then this is something that I could take. So this is about 4 ounces. That's something that I'll be able to take with like my butternut squash soup or one of my higher calorie sides. I'll be able to just mark this and know that I can grab it and take it with that. So that concludes my carnivore portion of the meal prep. These 2 are pork and those 7 are steak. So that's how I've done all along, is meal prep, so I don't have to think during the week.